Hey! That's big. I saw that earlier, Vic.
You did.
High fives. Well, that's fucking incredible. I'll hug you. Bold me. Bold me. I never felt safer in my life.
Yeah.
How far is this going? It's going to go all the way to the end.
Apparently.
Testing.
Yeah.
We're super excited to be down here in Austin, RTX. It's a little bit hot for my taste, but we are kind of surviving. Vertigo may not sitting next to me for this panel. We'll see how that goes. We have some super exciting stuff to share with you today. We have lots to talk about, so we're just going to get started. Oh, a super quick shout out to everybody in person, and also everybody that is joining us on Twitch today. We're honored that all of you are spending part of your holiday weekend with us. We're going to start by introducing all of our panelists. I am Jessica. My gamer tag is Angel. I'm going to immediately pass to my left.
Hey, my name's Andy. People call me Bravo, and I work on matchmaking, multiplayer, and community stuff.
My name is Frank O'Connor. I'm the franchise development director at 342.
My name is Gus Zarola. I'm the vice president of acting at Vertigo Productions.
Steve Young, lead local designer at Certain Affinity, working on Bullseye and that.
So all of you that have been on the floor have probably already seen our global championship qualifiers that are going on. We're going to talk to you a little bit about that along with the bigger overall tournament. Bravo has all of these details stored in his brain, so he's going to pour them out for you.
Awesome. As Jess said, today is the first event, this weekend is the first event of the Halo 4 Global Championship, a tournament that we just announced this past week. We're really excited about it, and it all started with dating back to the Infinity Challenge in December. Some of you might have participated in online, and from that tournament,
Is Johnson here by chance? I know he's
I
here
heard.
at RTX. Is he here in this room?
he qualified to Sunday, so I think he's wakeboarding right now.
Okay.
So we got a ton of feedback from the Infinity Challenge, and we wanted to design a new tournament with Original Gaming, and the result was the Halo 4 Global Championship. And the big goal there was to create a skill-based tournament that was super accessible rather than a grinding tournament, and accessible to all players with numerous ways to qualify. So with that said, some of you may know about the tournament, and if you don't know all the details, we're going to jump into them right now. So RTX is our first qualifier. It's the first chance you can play in the tournament before the actual online portion starts, and we're going to be selecting the top 6 players here. We're going to expense paid trip straight to the finals. So everyone on the floor, we had the tournament fill up right away, and it's been really exciting on the booth. If you've been there, everyone's been kind of checking out. If you haven't checked out the action, you can actually navigate throughout the booth and watch everyone play, and kind of stand right beside the players. It's really cool, especially because we're now entering the latter stage of the tournament.
How many of you here are participating in the tournament?
Woo!
Very nice. How many of you have played your games and are still in? Nice.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for participating.
Yeah, legal has to point out that it's not all expenses paid. Like it's travel, food, reasonable lodging, but sometimes people go to these things and they're like, well, I bought a car.
Everyone gets to airport all the time.
Yeah.
That's just like travel.
$4. Says a legal note. Most expenses paid.
Most. And what's really cool is we're already seeing up-and-comers emerge from the tournament. Yesterday, several players placed really well, so we're excited to see what we're going to have. And on the finals, that's tomorrow at 2 p.m. If you're in the room, come check out the main stage where we're going to be giving away those 6 tickets to the finals. And if you're watching online, right on this twitch.tv channel, you'll be able to watch the finals as well. So you might know that this tournament has over $500,000 in prizing, making it the largest official Halo tournament of all time. We're excited to have 5 weeks of online qualifiers, where people are going to also be able to win weekly prizes. So if you want to compete in the tournament but don't feel you'll be at the top of the leaderboards, there's still a lot of prizes out there. Again, as you see on screen, we've got winners from RTX, as well as Gamescom in Germany in August, as well as weekly winners advancing to the final, where all these players from different platforms and different events are going to be meeting together to compete for that $500,000 purse.
It's worth noting that Bravo has tried to give me his notice probably a dozen times ever since he found out that the grand prize was $200,000. I said no every single time. He's still trying. If he's not working at the booth tomorrow, he'll maybe know why.
Yeah, competing this afternoon was my first round. Okay, so let's jump into the schedule. One of the other things we did for the Infinity Challenge was took a lot of the learnings about the format and looked at ways to optimize that. If you are interested in competing in online qualifiers, they start on July 15th. We also got 5 weeks. They're totally independent of one another, and that means that each week when you compete, we're going to have fresh leaderboards, fresh game types, and also new winners each week. So there's no need or reason to compete each week if you want to only compete in select weeks. And you do so by just playing 20 games in the Halo 4 Global Championship playlist and matchmaking. So just head to Halo Waypoint, register for the tournament with your gamer tag and Windows ID, and then hop in. So the first week is going to be Infinity Rumble, starting on the 15th. That's Halo 4's premier free-for-all mode with modified personal ordnance. And moving all the way into Rumble SWAT, which I know Frank is going to be keeping a close eye on the SWAT winners.
I'm just going to redirect the winner check to my house. I'm still not going to win.
And then Rumble Pro, which has Slayer PRs. And the traditional Halo 4 Pro mode with the 4 rifles. Rumble Grab Bag is going to have a mix of objective and different Slayer variants that have never been seen in Halo 4 matchmaking. And the tournament's going to finish the online portion with Legendary Rumble, and we are excited to share some details of that. What will be coming as well as the game type is currently slated to release in Halo 4 matchmaking in July. And of course the finals from August 30th to September 2nd in Seattle. So once again, these online winners are going to be meeting up with the live event winners to go for the first place prize.
Back to the Legendary card, just in case you didn't catch that. Something we announced back at PAX East was a Legendary Slayer playlist. I know I told a few people on this via the forums and Twitter that is slated to launch in July, but just so everybody knows, Legendary Slayer will be coming to Halo 4 matchmaking in July. It will be featured in the Global Championship. I think Quinn is here in the audience somewhere. He's been working hard. Hi, Quinn. He's been working super. Just wait with this embarrassed look on his face. He didn't even stand up. He's been working quite hard on that, so we will have the specifics for you probably in a week or two.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So another game type that we're excited to bring not only to Halo 4 matchmaking, but also the Halo 4 Global Championship. And lastly, there's going to be additional opportunities for players to earn invitations to the tournament. We're going to be bringing those details to you shortly throughout the tournament as well.
Yeah, and Bravo's touched on this already, but we've been asking why isn't it a Team Slayer tournament, for example. We're going to be doing different types of tournament competitive activity in the future. This one's designed to be really a fun thing for people who are individual contributors, as it were. People who are good at specific things, so they feel like they just don't have a chance because they're not part of a pro team and so on. We expect to see pro players rise to the top of this, and we expect to see some really interesting things happen towards the finals. We're going to see people who are on famous teams playing as individuals, and that's actually really exciting to watch for me personally, and it is for a lot of people. And we also want to create as many different game types as made sense, so you get different types of skills sort of moving up and down within the rankings as the tournament progresses. So it's definitely a slightly different type of Halo competitive tournament than we're used to, but we think it's a great way to see a slightly different aspect of gameplay. And again, we'll be doing more traditional things in the future as well, so this isn't necessarily the way things are going to be forever, but we think it's going to be a really interesting and most importantly, really approachable tournament and a global one. Many countries are going to be able to get involved in this tournament, and if you're in one of the rare countries that can compete, then go complain to your president or emperor or duchess, baroness, whatever.
And to Frank's point, like we said, we're already seeing several pro players in attendance here, and also players who have not established names for themselves in the community rising up. So we're really excited to see how those finals are going to end up. Mainly because our first place grand prize for the best Halo 4 player in the world will be $200,000.
So it's a good tournament for people who are back starting up.
And playing Halo, this is the tournament for you. Of course, runner-up also getting a $75,000 first place prize all the way down to the 8th place. And as I mentioned earlier, $200,000 worth of weekly prizes. So the full details are in the latest Halo Bulletin, exactly how our scoring works for the online qualifier. But you play 20 matches at the Global Championship playlist and you'll be given an average score. Of course, winning all 20 matches would give you a perfect score, and that average would be 8. So we're looking to see which players can throw together the best matches throughout each week. And regardless of whether you're at the top, once you play your 20 qualified matches, you're immediately entered to win $200,000 worth of weekly prizes. So once again, a tournament that a lot of players will enjoy, but we're going to be finding the best in the world.
It's been incredible watching some of our pro players play. I know Ghost Naomi and Golden Boy are here and they've been doing Play Pro in our booth. They're not competing in our actual festivities, but I've seen Snackdown, I've seen Strong Side, I heard Goofy's here somewhere, T-Squared is here. If any of you are here, super great watching you play. I would like to pick up your tricks, but I stand no chance of that. But on to other things. So, that is one thing that we have coming for you this summer. Online festivities start on July 15th. We're incredibly excited. We also have something else planned for you, which we are going to show you now. Cue video here.
Yeah, so this is going to get pretty complicated. It can be very, very simple, easiest version, certainly for this room, right off the bat. The championship bundle will give you both those maps you saw, which is Vertigo and Pitfall. And basically everything that you saw in that trailer, weapon skins, armors, and everything, that's going to be, I believe, $10 or some amount of space allards. What's the 800 points, 800 space allards for the whole thing, or $10 US, or 100 Gibraltar drachma, or whatever. You'll do the conversion yourself, and that's the simplest way to just get everything you saw. But we realized that some people don't care necessarily about aesthetics; they just care about the maps. Some people don't care about the maps necessarily, or the new mode that you just saw there, which we're going to talk more about this afternoon, which is the thing I'm actually most excited about. So you're going to be able to buy these things in individual components. You can buy the map pack itself, which is the two maps you saw. The pit, obviously now it's called Pitfall. That one needs no introduction, but I will say that the new sports mode that you saw there is specially designed to work really well on that. And Vertigo is an excellent map. It's smallish, great for Team Slayer, but I think this is going to make some people in the audience mad, but it has one of the first sort of game-changing switches in the game for a really long time, which will actually instantly eliminate everyone's shields on the map. So for a brief moment, everything is swapped, and I can't tell you how much fun it is to get racing onto that switch and completely changing the game. The armors are going to be available separately as a pack for 240 space allards, which is those armors are the ODST, the Forward Prefect, and Mark V, which is great news for Dutch, right?
Caboose can finally find his head again. We've been making complete character building, so I'm glad you finally listened to us, conceded that we were right.
And so if you buy, and this is slightly complicated, so bear with me here. If you buy the man pack on its own, you also get sports themed armor, things like American football uniform, which we think will be great for the mode. But we also think it's going to be really useful for football players, which is particularly suitable. And of course, weapon skins can be purchased separately as well, again, 240 space. So the simplest thing to do, the cheapest thing to do is buy everything. And these are the the skins, the weapon skins you see here. It was beautiful. We're doing something kind of fun, and we're doing something sports oriented. So of course, when you think sports, you think steampunk. So there are kind of steampunk themes.
Oh my god, this is beautiful.
There's a theme that covers every single weapon in the game for our Covenant and you're going to see, of course. They're actually quite distinctive. They obviously maintain roughly the same silhouette, but they look really cool.
Oh, that looks great.
Again, the cheapest way to get all of this is to buy the bundle, and then otherwise you can just pick and choose. So I think it's a good value and really easy for people to make up their minds about which component they're most interested in. The new mode, Ricochet, I will say, first I'm going to say that you have to buy the bundle, the map pack or the bundle to be able to play that on for just 2 weeks. And then after that 2 weeks, everyone can have it for free, whether they buy these packs or not. So we're going to put that in matchmaking after 2 weeks, and everyone will be able to play that on. And it is super, super fun. I describe it as combat basketball, which Bill and beer fans will remember is a real thing. There's only 4 people in the audience old enough to know what I'm talking about. So we're just really excited about the content, and I believe, if you buy the bundle, you also get a bunch of new stances and new armor skins and a bunch of other bonus content. So it's actually a really good deal, really good value. And again, if you want to think about it simply in the bundle, and if you want it to seem as complex as what I just described, because I described it so poorly, you can buy most of these components in little chunks. But for $10, that's the easiest thing to do, save yourself a headache. And buy yourself 2 weeks of exclusivity on Ricochet.
Good deal.
Yeah, thanks.
We would love to show you some of this stuff a little bit closer.
They said help. Are you working alone? No one's going to help you? Okay, good. Just want to make sure she sees.
Tech guys! Number 3! Now there's a flex of tech guys.
Where did Jess go?
The tech pack.
Jess is hidden.
Tech team pack.
My head is not turned into a monitor, do not be alarmed.
You can tell Gus is still here. It's stink comments. Yeah, coming out over there.
So Frank asked if I had a black shark here, and I handed him one without thinking, and he took it into me with stink flags on my name.
Specifically, I asked anyone if they had a black shark, and Gus was nice enough to volunteer.
So that's what I did.
Okay, so wait, to the Xbox, and then Steve is going to talk to us a little bit about Vertigo.
Well, you guys my turn to talk? Alright. Hey guys, like I said earlier, I'm Steve Young, the global designer at Certain Affinity, and this is Vertigo. Vertigo takes place on planet Tercera. It's in this sort of tropical environment, and you've got these massive conductors. They're in the background, and we're measuring the crazy electrical storms that are constantly ravaging the area that you're so inspired that you might not be the best place to take a vacation. but you can also notice we've got one of those massive conductors here as a focal point for the map. And I'm going to get back to that in just a little bit. Vertigo is an asymmetrical infantry-based map, and it plays extremely well in modes like Team Slayer, doubles, and especially some objective-based modes like King of the Hill, and extremely well in Extraction. And seriously, if you're a fan of Extraction, you're going to want to check this map out. It actually tested higher than any other map we've ever had for Extraction. We sent it out to our buddies at Microsoft for some focus testing. I'm just going to keep pushing through here. So, one thing you may notice is we kind of like all our maps that we do for Halo, we really like to focus on player mobility and empowering the player to creatively and fluidly move through the map however they want. And to that end, we've really fine-tuned a lot of trick jumps, some murder holes you can drop down. I got some action going on the back of the base here. I'm just going to zoom through this cave. And I want to call out the artists here. They've been doing a great job really helping to call out and give each area its own unique identity. So even if it's your first time playing the map, it really won't take you long to establish your bearings and kind of learn the ins and outs and figure out where you're going with some confidence. Okay, now I'm going back to this first conductor. I'm going to go for the bottom here. Now, before I get back into the conductor, I'm sure there are probably a few fans out there that remember Zanzibar. So you guys probably remember how badass it felt to run around and track your way to the top of the tower, take out the coupling, and watch that catwalk fall so you could walk through the turbine to the other side of the map. Well, we've done something here that's pretty similar, and may even be a little bit cooler than that. We'll see what you guys think. So, like Frank was alluding to earlier, let's say you've got some jerk that's hanging out on either this base or back over here on this tower, and let's say they've just got a binary rifle with your name on it, and every time you pop out, they just snap you in the head or whatever it is, and you just can't quite figure out a way to get around to them. Well, we've actually got a solution for you. This trigger over here, all you gotta do if someone's hanging out and camping that base, pop that a couple times with a DMR, and you'll see these sparkly effects start to go off. The shield's gonna come down, and this whole top of the base here is going to start lighting up with this massive pool of electricity, which hopefully we're going to get to see pretty soon here. And at that point, that's kind of your warning. You got about 2 seconds to get your stuff and get out. If you don't get out, then all your shields are going to be drained if you're up on top of the base. Kind of making for an easy cleanup. I think we're probably going to see that. Yep, here it goes. Boom, shields are popped. That guy's trying to be a hero and his teammates.
Don't be a hero. Don't be a hero.
Alright, so now, these guys are sitting pretty over here in the blue team, but looks like their switch is getting shot, and now, bam, they're all up. Let's see what's going to happen. This guy might make it. No. Not too bad. Alright, well, it looks like the blue team made out a little bit better than the red team here. But one thing that's pretty cool about this, unlike Zanzibar, is these player-driven events can actually be activated every 2 minutes. They reset. So it's not just a one-and-done mechanic. And we're really proud to try to get a really cool player-driven dynamic event like this back into the Halo map. It's been a long time, and frankly too long since we've seen something that's cool, I think. So you guys are going to have a lot of fun with this, I think. And that is
We have something similar to show you for Pitfall, if anybody's interested in that. Well, we have like switched over. We actually have somebody very special that also happens to be here. I thought everybody may enjoy.
Or Dr. Halsey, at least, she'd kick ass.
We've been working on those
MC Monster.
I don't believe you. You're a liar. I'm doing a panel 2:30 to 3:30, I think over there, and then signing later. So come see me, come say hi. Have fun.
We got to see her at E3 as well. I know that was a surprise. I had no idea she was going to be there, but she was at E3, and so was the very nice gentleman that plays Tom Lasky. He was there. Both the motion capture artist and the voice actress for Sarah Palmer was there. It was really cool. Are we set up, or do I need to keep talking?
Let's talk about eggheads.
I think we need some slides.
Eggheads.
Did you say eggheads? Are you ready?
Well, I think we'll
Oh, I think we have to go back to the Xbox if the Xbox is ready.
No, Xbox is ready. Let's do the slides.
Not ready.
Do we want to go through the format?
Yeah,
Well, okay.
let's do that so we can show these guys sort of an evolution of this map. So, all right, so you guys all remember the pit. And so this map should be pretty familiar. Just a slight name change. Going with Pitfall this time. Now, I actually did work it out with Microsoft so that I can go the entire presentation without calling Pitfall the pit. I'll get an extra 10,000 gamer points to my already immense gamer score. So we'll see if that works out. Now, there is some fiction about how Pitfall is, this abandoned UNSC training facility and fits really nicely into the Halo universe, but I don't think you guys care too much about that. It's Pitfall. It's a classic. You guys know it. Now, in all seriousness, Pitfall isn't just a special to us at Certain Affinity 343 just because we're so fond of the map and how awesome it was back in Halo 3. It's sort of given us this unique and awesome opportunity to kind of define a console generation with a single map. And as you can tell while we're kind of cycling through these screenshots, it looked pretty good back in the day, but it looks just outstanding now. Looks like it was almost done on completely different tech. And it's really amazing to see just how far the artists were able to push this, and they've kind of proven that at this stage, we've pretty much mastered the graphical capabilities of the Xbox 360. Looks pretty amazing. Now, this last shot here, I'm sure some of you are pretty familiar with some pretty intense combat in here, but before we get too far into that, why don't I just jump over and show you some gameplay here.
Ready for the Xbox?
Alright. Now, this is going to start off pretty familiar for most of you. You still got the same mad dash to the rocket launcher like normal. Everyone's blowing up and stuff like that. If you remember the original pretty well, then the initial ordnance and some of the random as well is going to feel pretty familiar to the original weapon spawns from Halo 3. Now, I'm just going to kind of slowly trek my way over to the sniper tower here. Hopefully not getting too sick of the camera. And you'll probably notice some gameplay refinements that we've made to the map as we come through here. And, whoa, someone's blew up. Oh, there we go. so
That poor pelican.
3-on-1 ouch. Okay. So you guys probably remember this barricade over here. This is a little tricky one, but this has actually been slightly redesigned for better readability on the gaps along the edges. So if you're one of those jerks that likes to hang out cloaked with a sniper rifle, this is kind of a tough one because I don't really like it very much. But we wanted to stay as true to the original as possible. So that's one of the small things we did here. Zoom over here. You probably noticed already a few of the crates that we've got, like this one here. And if you're sort of an MLG aficionado, then yeah, you probably recognize these. We sort of took inspiration from that. And we really wanted to make sure that the level of player mobility stayed pretty high with the changes going from Halo 3 to Halo 4. So we're playing with that now. I'll give you guys a shot of this awesome backdrop that we got. Looks a little different if you remember the original.
A little bit.
Alright, make one of the storeroom here. And okay, so one's blown up.
Get the splits.
Alright. He's running away from someone. Now, one of the first things you'll notice as the red team takes over. We've got this nice little murder hole over here, right by conveniently where the sword spawns in. So this is a cool new addition that we put in. I'm just going to zoom down here a little bit and open up to the next part. So you notice here we expanded this hallway and add a little bit of cover. And biggest change is obviously we've got this new grab lift. Whoop. Come back up here. So basically what this has allowed us to do is open this up for some really intense cat and mouse gameplay. Either that or just some jerkwad that's close to probably still a sniper rifle and the shotgun. And just murder everyone.
Camping is a legitimate strategy.
Alright, I want you on my team. So lastly, with Pitfall, if you prefer it in sort of its original glory, all you gotta do is open up Forge, and we give you all the pieces in the palette to customize your heart's content. So that is Pitfall.
It's so weird that you can't see me. I know you already have a hard time seeing me because I'm so short, but now, geez. So we've covered the two maps that come in the Halo 4 Champions bundle. We would like to go over the game mode with you as well, and we certainly cannot be at RTX without having a very special additional video for you. So please keep the video number 2.
Hello! Great game today, rookie! Thanks, but I haven't been a rookie in 4 years. Right you are! League MVP and 2 championships? Team Slipspace sure has come a long way since your first year. Yep, things are finally looking up. That's the problem. What? Things are stale enough. The worst team in the league wins every match. It's too predictable. So we're mixing things up. I don't get you. How would you like some new uniforms? Oh, yeah. That actually sounds really nice. And what would you say to 2 new arenas? That would mix things up, sure. And wouldn't it be swell if we made you play an entirely different game than the one you're used to? What? That's right! We're changing the rules. Which ones? Quite a lot, actually. So that's why I made this video. You recorded on VHS? Spared every expense. Save money. For me. Of course you did. Wow, my new Coldplay player looks amazing compared to this. Don't you mean Blu-ray player? No, that's what poor people use.
Ricochet is a new 5-on-5 game type for Halo 4. Players will compete to gain possession of the ball at the beginning of each round, but that's only the start of things. Once a team moves to offense, they'll have to run and pass their way to the opposing team's goal. Then they've got 2 options: throw the ball into the goal to score, or run it in to score big. But be careful, ranged weaponry and interceptions can change the tide of the game in an instant. So communicate, strategize, and for the love of God, watch your back. Because it's time for Ricochet. This is Stu Stupid signing off.
So, what do you think? I think I should check the status of my league life insurance policy. No need! Oh God, don't say it. I canceled the league's policy to pay for the new uniforms and arena. Right. Well, I should really be going. The match is about to begin. The match? Good luck out there, rookie. You're gonna need it. Oh, son of a bitch!
You dropped the ball.
Hey, you jerks I work with that are backstage, get out here.
And then I do believe that there is a t-shirt under somebody's... You guys should get your settings all sorted. I don't know if anybody plays inverted or anything like that. There's a t-shirt under a chair. Everybody look under your chair right now. If you have a t-shirt, show it to me.
Oh.
Taped under the chair.
Oh.
Kind of like where you put your gum. You had gum, and you were to put it up. Come on. You want to put it?
That's not fair. I just approve of this.
Come up here. I will give you my spot. I play inverted. I switched to 2 unit. I play the right way. I don't know if you do.
Oh my gosh, it's already 2:02. No. What do you want to do? Do you think like Jennifer could record the rest? She already left.
No, not my boyfriend Joel. My non-boyfriend Joel. Our Joel. 343 Joel? Billy Joel could work as
Billy
well.
Joel!
Oh yeah,
Billy Joel!
And Joel! Joel!
You play here? Yeah, you're playing, right? Yeah, good. Okay, so we're about to show off Ricochet, which is a mode that when I first saw it, I was extremely excited about. It blends certain attack defend elements of game types and pass skills, and has a super fast pacing that I think everyone will really like. Of course, I liken it to the Pitfall game type in that the ball is moving with 2 different goals. Of course, I like it to other game types because you have this attack defend and of course a wide range of weapons. So everyone gets their control set up. What you saw in the video is that players can either throw the ball into the goal with Halo Force mechanic, or you can run the ball into the goal, which are essentially very much like the hill spaces, right? Those border north areas that you are designated goals. Throwing the ball in is going to give you a certain amount of points, whereas actually running the ball in is going to give you significantly more points. So you think about it as a touchdown versus a field goal. And one of the cool things you can do is ridiculous alley sports players jumping in and throwing catches and lands in the goal. So it provides, as we will soon see, some pretty ridiculous gameplay and opportunities for really cool things to happen, as well as a lot of screaming and explosions.
That's the first.
Rockets and I think everyone's ready to go. We'll get started. So this is going to be Ricochet showcased for the first time on the new map Pitfall.
On your backpack, Ray.
Not sure who's point of view we're going to be So I believe we're on roll with Steve from Shea. I think he has the most experience with this game of panels. Should be pretty crisp.
Hopefully I won't suck.
Are you blue? Are you blue? Hopefully you don't. You better not.
Okay, so we're going to start. You'll see the player pushing towards the long ball, and where the ball is going is going in the center area to drop. As the players are now fighting on the center ball, in Halo 3, pretty much referred to as a green hall. So now the ball has spawned, and Joel has picked it up. If we can get game audio, that'd be awesome. As now the ball's moving across. So of course, once you pick up the ball, you have a choice with your team. You can kind of slow down, very much like the ball when you're tanking and you need to wait and push with your team. Joel's actually about to run this straight in and score that first point. He gets 50 points for his team, and my team goes up to 0. One thing you'll immediately notice that I think will be very obvious when you watch this gameplay is that as Ethan started to talk about, the map plays so much like the Pit Halo 3, and with remakes it's a tough balance, right, to make sure that the map is new. You just all the new So with the addition of things like the pit boxes that are set up in Forge, the pit plays goes from 100 to 0. And as you see, that ball has a small timer with a 5-second window before it spawns again. And that time the ball respawns down by a classic overshield spawn. So another thing to note is that there is the option to allow the ball to go to different respawn points each time it spawns after a goal, rather than just going back to a central location, bringing in, of course, just one more element of requiring a team to establish map control. The team once again grabs this ball, they're going to try to move across the map. And one cool thing that I've been trying to do is, it's totally new to the Halo series and Halo multiplayer, is hitting ridiculous throws from different angles on the map, right? Maybe you have no angle at all, but you're able to throw it over a certain ledge and at a crazy angle. So it's going to take a lot of work and practice on those angles to actually become successful. Of course, just like any other mode, but perhaps more than traditional modes, teamwork is obviously a huge element. There's no way you're able to move the ball across the map unless you're working with your team. So map control is going to be essential, as well as having skilled players who know exactly where to run the ball, when to throw the ball, and that's looks like the blue team's about to run in what could be a third capture, but red team able to sneak it away. And of course, another huge element is if you have it, sometimes you have to use the clear and actually just chuck the ball away from your base if you're in an emergency situation. Pretty much with the exception of the area, and of course that ball melee is going to be a one-hit kill as the blue team is about to run in. I think their third touchdown. So no throws, but the blue team feeling pretty confident, doing really well to run each of their balls. And when you have two close teams, what we've seen is that it's very rare that the teams can actually run the ball in. If and Pit both really relied on central control. This green area also known as rockets and long haul. There's no way you can, rarely can you win a game without controlling that central area. Of course, it's going to be so important in a mode like British. Now, just over a minute 30 left before this game concludes. But as I was saying, it's so important that teams know exactly when to throw the ball and run the ball in. And we have two very closely skilled teams. Very rarely are they able to actually run the ball in, because you can actually have players who stand up on a platform and are able to intercept the ball. If you're able to dive in front of the ball that's about to go in, you can get the interception now. Just left, looks like a video in the man. 200-0 lead. Did quite well for the Celtics in this match. But of course, also right here around the map, you'll also notice a lot of familiar colors. Of course, with the training pad still being that familiar yellow. And it looks like red team tried to go for the throw there, and it did not make its way in. That goal is not the entire width of that flag area. Of course, in Forge, you can customize where you want these areas to be. And what I'm really excited to see is how this goes with the race by so many different communities. I think it's going to be a huge hit in matchmaking, of course, and of course also with the competitive tournament scene. Really looking forward to seeing Canada. Looks like there's a lot of the ball will bounce, of course, but you have to have a lot of capacity. You see right there, one of the red players getting a goalkeeper medal, defending his goal. Just 5 seconds left in this match. Looks like the blue team is going to close it out here. 200-0, so give your players a round of applause.
Whatever's good for you. We did want to say that
headshot in that round. I didn't know they had those in gaming.
I did want to mention that after the panel, quite soon, we're going to be doing a sign-in in our booth. We are going to have, I will get the image up here to show you, posters. Actually, I believe when you walk out the door, you're going to be getting one of these posters, and we will also be signing them near our booth. This is what you'll be getting as you walk out the door.